What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's video. Today I'm going to be showing you my full face and all the products I use and the steps I do everything in. So if you're interested in how I do my foundation and everything, we're going to hop right into it. Right, so I'm going to be showing you how I do my full face. My eyeshadow is already on. I did that in a video you would have seen last week. And my brows are already on. Probably going to start every video with my brows on because they don't show up on camera otherwise. But I'm going to start with my primer, and that is Revlon Photoready Pore Reducing Primer. I'm going to take a pump of that in my fingertips and spread this pretty much everywhere on my face. Creates a nice smooth base, and I've noticed that my foundation lasts a very, very long time with it. Okay, so now that that is on, because my skin is angry with me today, so I'm going to take a little of my Maybelline Cover Stick Color Correcting Concealer in green. This really helps with covering up any angry red acne spots. And for a little bit, you get to look like the Hulk. It's kind of fun. And I'm just going to blend that out a little bit with my finger, to tone down some of the redness a little bit. Alright, and then I take my NYX Full Coverage Concealer. This is another color correcting concealer, even though it says light, but it's a nice kind of, look, skin tone on camera. It's peach. It's really good for covering up dark circles. That's what I use it for. Under the eyes. This really helps, even you can see eye without, eye with. Really brightens everything up. Make you look full, more awake. It's my favorite trick for those days where you don't get enough sleep. And I'm gonna use it just to cover up a couple acne spots. It didn't cover very well with the green, just to tone out all the colors. Go. Now I kind of look like I'm sick, but I'm all color corrected. Words are not my friend today. Alright, so next step, I'm going to take my Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Foundation. This is in RG10 Supernatural. Shake this up really well. I'm just going to take a couple pumps onto a little palette in front of me. Normally I like using this foundation with a brush, but I'm just going to use my beauty blender today because I need to clean my foundation brushes, and we're just going to stamp this in really well all over. And I don't know why, I start at the bottom of my face pretty much and work my way up. Even though I've got oily skin, I love this foundation. It's a good color match, which is kind of hard for me to find sometimes. A lot of pale foundations are very, very yellow. This one's not too bad, but it lasts almost all day on me. I can make it through a 10-hour shift wearing this before it starts to really separate and wear off my skin in parts. But it just gives your skin such a nice healthy glow because of the argan oil in it. It helps moisturize it. Go even out my skin tone everywhere. Alright, now that blended, I'm going to take another Maybelline Cover Stick Concealer, and this is just a really thick stick concealer I like using. If any of the acne spots I have just don't want to be covered with foundation, I'll take that. Blend it, helps smooth them out a bit. I'll sometimes take a little dab of foundation just to make sure it's all the same color. Really blend that all in. I like going over my whole face with the side of the sponge. I haven't been dipping into foundation once I'm done to blend it all, make sure I get some of the excess off my skin so it's not all caked up. There we go. Next, I'm going to take my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealer. Conceal under my eyes a little bit. I don't do the whole triangle brightening of the under eyes. I really just want to cover up dark circles a little bit, make them look a little brighter, a little more awake, but I don't want to brighten up all of my face doing this. Just a little touch of brightness. And I've yet to find like my holy grail concealer, but I like this one fairly well for a drugstore concealer. Right, next I'm gonna take e.l.f. blending brush. Brush is awesome. It's like, I think it's only like $6 or something. Might be less because it's e.l.f. And then I'm gonna take my CoverGirl Clean Matte pressed powder in Classic Ivory. Pretty sure that's the palest one I can get. Stamp this on. I start under my eyes so that I make sure my concealer doesn't crease at all. And then I stamp this. Really can't talk today. I make sure I stamp on my powder everywhere on my face to set my foundation, especially this foundation, because it is an oil-based one. It does not set down and dry matte. It's a dewy foundation. So you keep some natural glow to your skin, which I love matte. I love matte foundation, matte powder. If I want glow, I add highlight. And I find that stamping versus like a sweeping motion helps keep as much coverage as possible and just kind of locks everything in. What did I do right there? There we go. Okay. Next, I'm going to take Wet n Wild contour brush and I'm going to go into my Physicians Bronze Booster in matte. They've got two of these. One's matte, one is shimmer. But I'm going to take this second shade right here and do a little bit of contouring with that. Just lightly under my cheekbones, just a little bit. Lightly sweeping this back and forth. Same on the other side. Okay. And then I'm going to take just a giant Eco Tools brush and I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in light bronze. Sweep this all over. And I'm just gonna bronze the rest of my face up. Kind of going over top of that contour to really make it blend in. And if anything looks too dark, I just go back over it with a little setting powder to help lighten it all back up again. Take this underneath, blend down the neck a bit. Blend onto my temples a little bit. I just find the key to bronzing, blush, any of it is just blend your heart out. I'm going to take a bigger fluffy brush and go back into that powder a little bit just to blend it all out, make it look a little lighter, a little less. I just put a bunch of bronzer on me. And I just realized I forgot my blush. I will be right back with blush. Alright, back, went and found my blush. Today I'm going to be using my Younique Moodstruck Mineral Pressed Blush in Sweet. I love this color. This is like my perfect shade of blush. And I'm so sad I hit pan. I need to go get a new one. In other words, I need someone who sells this, so Brooke, I'm going to have to call you. Just lightly blend this onto my cheek, pulling it back, and you need the tiniest amount of this blush. It is so pigmented. Lightly. And I grabbed too much, so I'm going to go over this little powder again. Lighten it up just a touch. Because I forgot. It is very pigmented, and I forgot. Go like that. This just helps lighten it and blend everything in, I find. It just makes it look a little more seamless. Okay. Next, I'm going to grab an Eco Tools. It is like a contour brush. I use it as my highlight brush, and I'm going to go in my Sleek Makeup Solstice palette. And I'm going to mix this peach shade and kind of this lavender shade together and just hit the high points of my cheek with this. I absolutely love this highlighter. My nose. Take my finger and do a little bit on the Cupid's bow. All right. And next, I always set my face before I do my mascara, otherwise it just runs everywhere and I find that I look ridiculous. So I'm going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter and spray this everywhere, help set everything, and that dry a little bit. I don't know where my fan is, or I'd use that. And I'm going to take my eyelash curler, curl my eyelashes. I'm horrible for never curling my eyelashes. I just get lazy and put on mascara and run out the door. Pretend that I don't need to do this. But alright, and then I'm going to take my L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar X Fiber Mascara. We have primer and mascara in one, and I love the fact that the primer on this is black, not white. I really like how separated this makes my lashes. And it's a fiber mascara without having all those annoying little fibers everywhere. Put that on that eye. And I know I'm bizarre, I switch hands to do my mascara. I cannot do my right eye with my left hand. It's not possible for me. Alright, and go and put on the mascara side. Grabbed the wrong part of the tube. Go. I will normally build up the actual mascara side of this a couple layers just to get the full effect of them. It's not really showing up well on camera, but I love this mascara. It doesn't irritate my eyes, it doesn't flake, it doesn't transfer. Covergirl Peacock Flare Mascara I tried last week. Went everywhere. By the end of the day, it flaked off everywhere. I looked like a raccoon. It was bad. It was just bad. Go down to the base and I'll just wiggle my mascara wand up a bit. Try to do this with my left hand and I got mascara all over my eyeshadow. Yep, but that's fine. I will just grab one of my brushes with a little spoolie on the end. And now that that's dry, just kind of flake it off a little bit. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Length, my favorite lower lash line mascara. I don't know why I'm trying to do with this with my left hand after I just said I really can't. Probably gonna end up with a big glob of this I have to scrape off in a second. But no, this is my favorite lower lash line mascara. It doesn't transfer, it doesn't flake off. It's Wet n Wild, so it's super cheap. Alright, and then I'm just gonna take foundation off my lips. And there you have it. That is my full face, how I like to do it. Might switch up foundations depending on what I have to do that day, but otherwise these are pretty much my go-to items. Alright, so here is my completed look. Eyeshadow, brows, foundation, everything on, and some lipstick. So if you liked this video and how I do my makeup, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.